Hey y'all, welcome back to Comfort Food with Uncle Dan. In part 3 of our series, we are going to make homemade pasta. To be exact, we're going to make homemade raviolis. We're going to start with the pasta. To make fresh homemade pasta, you need 100 grams of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour. You got to excuse the noise. They're doing construction in our community, unfortunately. I'm using all-purpose flour. You can use 00, whatever. But you need 100 grams per one egg, or one egg per 100 grams. So I've got 200 grams of flour, and I've got 2 eggs. And I'm just gonna beat these eggs real quick. Now, you gotta make a well in your flour for the eggs. And the reason for that is you don't want the eggs to run all over. You want them to stay inside that well. So let's give it a try. There we go. Eggs are in. I've got my machine here. What we're gonna do is just slowly add the flour to our egg mix. And we wanna start mixing that. As I've said in the other videos, these are your best tools. So just slowly add it. We're not in a hurry. I mean, this is well worth the time. And all it's just flour and eggs. Until we start getting a dough formed. There we go. Now we can start making it. Just keep adding the flour, drag it in, little at a time. See, right now it's nice and creamy. There we go. And we're ready. See, all our egg stayed in. Didn't make too big of a mess. We can start making our dough. Keep pulling the flour in, mixing. There we go. See, now we're starting to get a dough ball going. You can do this in the, I've seen it done in food processor. I don't know if you need to do that. You can do it in your stand mixer with a dough hook. It'll come together pretty fast. Or you can do it by hand. Just keep, my pasta machine is really in the way. And just keep working your dough until all your flour is incorporated. It's going to take a minute. If you feel that it's a little too dry, and mine's a little dry. A bowl of water. Don't add water to your dough. Add water to your hand. Just get your hand wet. That's enough moisture to start bringing it all together. If you add too much, then you're gonna have to add more flour. And pretty soon your flour-egg ratio is way off, and you're not gonna get a really nice, smooth pasta that you want. See, I've got plenty of moisture. Okay. Leave this to the side. Flour my surface and start working my dough. As you can see, look at the beautiful, beautiful pasta dough. Still a little dry. Here we go. Now we're going to work it, the palm of our hand. Push it over, fold it, push it, fold it, push it, fold it. Keep your flour on your surface. And I'm turning it once in a while. But see, what I'm doing is I'm pushing out with my hand, and then I fold it over, and I push that out. Fold it over. Do a quarter turn and just keep going. A little moisture. It's hard to talk while you're doing this because you really are pushing. Okay. I think we've got a pretty nice pasta dough right now. I'll put a little flour down. We're going to let this rest. Nothing fancy. Floured surface. Put a bowl over it. That's all you got to do. Go ahead and scrape our surface. Excuse me. Allergies. Today it's hot here in Tennessee. A little miserable. Now, while our pasta is resting, we need to make a filling. Our filling, I don't need that. For our filling, we are going to use the ricotta cheese that we had. We only used half of it for our stuffed shells. That's episode 1, so make sure you check that out. See, this has got, the liquid has formed. So let's go ahead and drain this. We do not want all that water. And that'll only take a second. So, while that's draining, let's get some spinach ready. I've got some water. Let's bring the water up to a boil. Got some baby spinach, again left over. But this time, You see the stalks? I just want to get rid of those. And the small ones are fine, but these bigger ones, I don't want that in my ravioli. See, these are pretty big. You just rip them off. No big deal. If you miss a couple, who cares? Nice and clean. I hope you're enjoying the series. I'll tell you, we had the stuffed shells and the homemade meatballs from the video. We had them for dinner, and oh my goodness, it was so good, you guys. And they're easy to make. All right, let's get. And I know you can buy pasta at the store. You can buy frozen raviolis. You can get pretty fresh or fresh-ish raviolis anymore in the store. And they're good, they're decent. But there's nothing like homemade pasta. Number one, you put your time, your love into it for your friends and family, but it is so smooth. You know what the ingredients are. All right, let's get this going. We don't need a lot. I'm not making a large batch of raviolis. This is just a test, and we can have them. We can have them for dinner. What I like about these is, as you know, with the event that we have coming up in a few months, because we're traveling, I need to prep as much as I can at home and then transport it. These raviolis, I can make them up to a month in advance and freeze them. And they freeze excellent, and they'll be just as good as if it was today. So, all right, we got these just about done. One more, there we go. All right, let's get our mess. We're just gonna bring this to a slight boil. Once it starts boiling, it'll only take 30 seconds or so to get the spinach cooked down. Well, it looks like our spinach is done. It's only been about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. And it's nice and wilted. So, because we need this right away, let's get it in a ice bath to shock it, stop the cooking, and get it cooled down quickly. Well, try to get all of it. I don't want to be wasteful. Okay. All right. Good and good. While that's cooling down, I've got the ricotta, and it created quite a bit of juice. We just don't want all that. So, ricotta cheese, and then our Parmigiano Reggiano, and put enough in to make yourself feel good. I'm gonna go with, let's go four tablespoons, and I've got a cup, maybe a cup and a half of the ricotta. And we just want to get these together. Very simple. Now, on our spinach, let's drain this water off. get this out of the water. It's nice and cold. And you're going to want to wring this out. So squeeze, get all the water out of this. Squeeze it nice and tight. There we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Kitchen scissors, everybody should have them. Nice, sharp. And all we're doing is just cutting this. Boy, I still got quite a bit of water. Look at that. Okay. We're just cutting the spinach. Small pieces. You can do it out with a knife, cutting board, whatever. Just a pair of scissors. Look at that. So easy. Let's get it all in there. And the little bits of stem that I wasn't or didn't get out, they've softened up good enough. I just didn't want, I just don't, I think the stems are a little more bitter. And I don't want anything poking through it, so poking through my ravioli. All right, spinach is in. A nice, easy mix. Just want to get these guys together, introduce them to each other. That's right. Look at that. Perfect. Look at that. Okay. Set it aside. We are done. That's our filling. This is done. Let's get a quick wipe down because we're going to start making our pasta. Now you can let this pasta rest. You can wrap it in plastic wrap. You have to keep it covered to keep it from drying out. Put it in plastic wrap, put it in the fridge for a couple hours. Remember, it is raw egg based. You don't want to leave it out very long. I mean, half hour, 45 minutes under cover would be fine. But don't go too much longer than that. All right, we are cleaned and ready. Let's check our pasta dough. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. That came together really nice. Okay. I've got a pasta machine. If you don't have one, a good rolling pin will work. Or go get you one. This has, let's just go up to 9 settings. So we're going to start off on setting 0. But first we need to get plenty of flour on my machine. Otherwise the pasta will stick to this. We don't want that disaster. Plenty of flour on our board. And let's keep some handy. We are going to only use what we need. So we're going to cut this dough into thirds and keep it covered. All right. First pass is going to be on 0. All we're trying to do is get our pasta flat and get the air out of it. There's plenty of air. So it came out, fold it over, run it again. My countertop does not like having the pasta machine on it. Okay? We're going to fold it over again, a little flour, and run it again. Fold it. Look at that. What have we got going on here? Fold it over again. Look at that. Pass it through one more time. There we go. Now, we've got a nice piece, beautiful, soft pasta. We're gonna move this to step 1. Every time I turn this knob, it brings the rollers closer together. What's gonna end up happening is we're gonna stretch this dough. So let's go ahead on 1. Beautiful. 1, 2. Look at that. How it just takes it and stretches it. We're going to 3. It's getting longer. I don't want it real thin, so I think I'm going to stop at 5. Let's take a look. Number 5 is perfect for me. So there's number 5. We want to, you know, I missed a step. We need to keep this flour. The flour will come off when we boil these, so don't worry about it, but you want to keep them floured so they don't stick, and you want to keep them covered so they don't dry out. Okay? Excuse me. All right, next one. Make sure we got a little flour on it. This is floured. Go back to 0. First pass, fold it over. Second pass, fold it over. Again, I'm getting the air out of the sheet. Did you hear that? It just popped. There we go. Let's go one more time. It didn't quite get that. There we go. All right, move to number 1. Number 2. And so on. Look at this. I got a piece of spinach in there. Great. Look, extra. Isn't that beautiful? Flour it up. Boom. There we go. Pasta is done. Okay, I think we're ready to assemble some ravioli. First thing we want to do, a floured surface, no big deal. And let's take our one sheet. Now, I could make these with a big rolling pin. We can make them as big as the countertop if you wanted. If I would have used a larger dough ball, that machine would make them as long as I wanted. There's no sense in doing that. I'm only making a few. We're just testing this out. So, not a lot, about a teaspoon in. And give me a nice space. You want them to be pretty consistent with the size. They gotta look good. And remember, we have to cut these and seal the edges, so we definitely need space. I think I can get one more. You know what? let's not do that. Next sheet, we can go right over the top. Yeah, make sure you drop it. Okay, and I'm just kind of helping it along. To form the edges, okay? I've got a cutter. Press down. I hope. I think that did it. Well, see, you never know. There we go. Just pull that off of there. Now, this dough can be used again. You just want to keep it, sealed up. And all we would have to do is form it and roll it, put it back through the roller. So, let's take a look at what we have. It's really important to have these seams sealed. These are sealed. That cutter did a really good job, and that's a really nice size ravioli, don't you think? I've got 4, and I've got some here. So nice. So I have 6 perfect raviolis. Okay, that's done. All we have left to do is cook it. We've got a pot of salted water. And let's bring this up to a boil. And we're just gonna throw these in. They're gonna cook about 15 minutes. Keep a close eye on them in case we have a blowout. Sometimes they'll blow out and we'll end up with, what is it, cheese soup? It's a mess. So let's get this up to a boil and we'll get these in. Okay, we have our water up to a rapid boil, and we're gonna carefully put in our raviolis. I didn't put a lot of salt in the water because of all the cheese in here. All the cheese is salted pretty heavily, so we didn't want to get carried away, but there is a little bit, maybe half a teaspoon is all. So it's in. They're dancing. We need a good boil so that pasta can sit in there and just dance around. It's perfect. 15 minutes. We're gonna pull these out. Okay, it has been 15 minutes and our ravioli is done. Let's go ahead and get a couple out. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. These are so light and tender. Upside down. flip it. It doesn't want to flip. Okay. All right. So raviolis. I have a little sauce left over from episode 1, and this is just the very simple tomato sauce with basil. This went with our stuffed shells. And we're just going to put a little bit, we don't want to take away from the flavor of the ravioli. I don't think they need to swim in sauce, is what I'm trying to say. Let's get a little bit of Parmesan. Nice. A little fresh basil. Doesn't make it pretty. Let's take a look. Oh, they cut so nice and tender. Can you see that? Can you see the cheese in there? Amazing. Absolutely delicious. Wow. Guys, the pasta is so soft, but yet, you know, it's firm enough where it doesn't just dissolve in your mouth. It's so fresh. The cheese, oh man. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Give it a try. You can do this at home. You don't need the pasta machine. It's nice if you have it, but you can get out your rolling pin and roll this. You want to roll it pretty thin, just about where you can see your hand through the pasta. Don't go any thinner than that. They may not hold together, but I can't stop eating these. Look at the cheese is coming out of there. Oh. Stay tuned for the next one. We've got a lot of dishes coming up. Y'all take care of each other.